Today, we're going to talk about one of the most common questions that therapists have, and it's, should I be taking prepayments for my massage bookings? And there are a lot of strong opinions on this that I see online and from therapists. And today I'm going to cover both sides of the argument. I'm going to share a story about our business and our experience and how we went from not asking for credit cards and prepayments to then asking for them. And I'll tell you what happened that allowed us to change that. So I have seen both sides. We'll also cover in this video the reasons for taking prepayments, the problems that come with asking for prepayments from customers, when you might want to take prepayments and not, and then other alternatives outside of asking for prepayments if you're not comfortable with that. So the story I was going to mention was when we first started out, we had a 2-room clinic and we had no credibility. We were a new business. We didn't have any reviews. We had no social media presence. And so when we used to ask for prepayments, we had a lot of no-shows and we had to ask for prepayments at first, and people just ghosted us and just didn't respond. So it was a lot of effort calling these people, following up, a lot of time, and wasted advertising dollars in generating these leads. So we started by not asking, and then we developed a massive list of strategies to fix the problem with no-shows, that was the first question I was going to ask you. We have to think about why businesses and massage therapists want to take prepayments. It's because people no-show, right? So we had the problem of no-shows, and then we thought we'll ask for prepayments, and then heaps of people just didn't respond to us. They didn't want to put their details in. Over time, we built up our business. Now we've got over 500 reviews, but we were getting reviews pretty fast on our social media, Facebook and Google, and our page looked professional. And then we moved from a 2-room clinic to a separate 7-room clinic, and we had signage and all that. And then we eventually do take prepayments for new customers. We'll explain why we did that. So I have seen both sides of the argument here, and a lot of therapists think you have to do it one way or the other. You really don't. You can get by with not asking for prepayment to improve your show-up rate, but there are other strategies as well. So we already covered the first question, why ask for prepayments? And that is to stop no-shows. But now we have to go one layer deep, and that is, why do clients no-show? So I'm going to give you a list of the most common reasons clients no-show, and then we can actually work down that list and go through strategies on how to stop all these things from happening. Okay, so number one reason is the customer doesn't trust the business, right? So even if someone's booked in, they've made a booking with your business, they've come across your ad or your marketing and they've booked in, it can be that they've booked in spontaneously, in that they didn't really look, they just saw the ad, it's a good offer, they go ahead and book in, and then they check out your business, right? So sometimes they don't even look at your business before you book in, right? So they might look on your social media page, and I don't know your situation, but some therapists, they don't have a good social media presence, they don't have many photos up, they don't have a lot of, the page doesn't look trustworthy, their business doesn't look trustworthy. So the customer books in, then they go and check out the therapist, and it looks kind of a bit dodgy, right? And especially with women, it's a safety issue, so they have to trust that the massage therapist or the massage business looks very safe and credible. Okay, that's number one. They don't trust the business for safety reasons or feeling uneasy. Or it could be their location, right? It could be in a bad area. Another reason is the business doesn't have credibility, right? So when a customer is coming to see you, it's not just their money that they're risking. If they've never come to see you before, right? It's not just their money, it's their time. So for someone to come see you, it's not just an hour out of their day. It's usually between an hour and a half and 2 hours because of travel time, all that stuff, getting there early. And if your customer is busy, so they're a parent, they work, 2 hours out of your day is a pretty big chunk of time. So if they don't see you as credible and that you know what you're doing, they think it might be a bad massage. They might be rather doing something else when it comes to time to go to their massage, right? The third reason is the customer doesn't have any connection to the business. So someone might make a booking and then they've got no connection to you because They don't feel like they know anything about the person. They don't feel any guilt in not turning up, right? So there's no connection. The other reason why some people don't show up is they don't know where to go. Really simple. If they're coming to you for the first time, they got no idea where to go. They get lost and they just give up. Another reason, very common, customer forgets about their appointment. Easy to fix. I'll talk about that, what we do. Another thing is something important might come up and they choose the other situation to attend to. And then the customer sees another offer potentially from another therapist or business and chooses to take that up instead. These are all valid reasons. So I'm going to give you all the strategies to fix them towards the end of the video. But let's first look at the problems. What are some of the problems with asking for prepayments? Well, having to worry about getting scammed online is a massive risk for people, especially if they don't know the business. Yourself and other people have no issue with paying for things online with businesses that they trust, like online shopping, Amazon, Shein, like any online retailer, right? That's very trustworthy. You've got no issue in putting your card details in. However, if you're a small massage business or a solo therapist, you really have to work on your online presence and what your social media pages look like and all that stuff, and your reviews, and make your page look professional. For them to trust you to do that, that's number one. For them to even put their details in and then show up. If they don't trust your business, they will be hesitant to put their card details online, and then even showing up after that. With massage, it is a very high trust business because they are putting themselves in a room with you, half undressed. So if they smell anything that doesn't look right, like it's in a dodgy area, it's out of your house, the page doesn't look right, the person doesn't look friendly, they're very happy to just pay a bit more and go down the road to a bigger competitor, so a bigger massage business or a franchise or a chain, if it's even more expensive for them because it's safer.
I want to take a second to ask you for a small favor. If you're finding this video helpful, if you could just tap the like button underneath it, I'd be really grateful. That will tell the YouTube algorithm to share this video with more massage therapists around the world. And hopefully that will help them all earn more income, which is what they deserve. Thanks for helping.
So another problem with taking pre-appointments is it can decrease the number of bookings you get. As I mentioned in my story, a lot of people we got in, they're interested, and then we asked for prepayments, and it was a disaster getting them to fill it out. So when you might not want to do prepayments, right? So if you are a solo therapist, for example, you are new to the industry, you're a solo therapist, things like that, right? If you're not well known, you don't have any time in the marketplace, no one knows who you are. Most solo therapists fall under this category. You might want to look at alternatives, which I'll cover soon. You can work on improving your online presence and your reviews, which will help. But solo therapists might want to try not taking prepayments, or if you try, they'll be surprised if a lot of people don't follow through with filling out their details when they might have just showed up anyway. If you're a large, business that does a lot of marketing or is on a busy street, if everyone knows you, that might be fine. But the only way to know is to test. So you can test these things to see if you can do prepayments. Or, if you're a solo therapist and not many people put their details in and you're okay with that and you don't need that many people, then you can just make that as a prerequisite. And if you're okay with losing the business, that's okay. You don't have to book every person in if you're just a solo therapist. Okay, here's some other strategies now. Just say you are a solo therapist. You've tried asking people for their credit card details and you just don't have a high response rate. So here's some other things to do, right? Number one is sending text and email reminders as well as confirmation requests leading up to the appointment. This was a big game changer for us. Something like, you can do it however you want, but ours is similar to, say, a 48-hour appointment reminder, and then the day before, and then on the morning of, you do a reminder as well. And I got this idea from a dentist. So I'd have, a dentist will book you in weeks in advance, and you'd get a 48-hour reminder and even a 24-hour reminder, and you're so busy. But even on the day off, I'd forget, right? So they have reminders going out in the morning, which is it's just a really quick text reminder, but so many people reply back, oh, thanks so much for that. I almost forgot. And going one step further from the reminders, the key is to get positive confirmation back on the 48-hour reminder. So it's like, hey, Sally, and our system automates this, but you might have to do it manually. So it's like, hey, Sally, it's Catherine here from Restore Revive. Just a reminder, have you booked in for 6 p.m. with Trish for a deep tissue massage? Just reply back with a Y to confirm yes, or an R for reschedule. And if we don't hear back from them, we send another reminder in the afternoon that we need to know by the next hour, or we'll pass their appointment on to someone else. So we need to get positive confirmation back. And so we have at least 24 hours to fill their spot. Another strategy to reduce no-shows is posting professional looking photos regularly on your social media pages. So including massage related content. So here's where it comes down to boosting not just the trust, because you look like a real business because you're posting regularly, so a couple times a week, but if you do valuable content, whereas it's like little simple tips and articles and videos, you look very credible. So someone is less likely to no-show with you posting valuable content. So massage related content, normal looking social media posts, photos of you and client, reviews, screenshot reviews, and that kind of stuff, just normal stuff that makes you look real, relatable, trustworthy, and credible. If messaging clients and potential customers before they book, once they're booked in, we have found that, and I think it's a good idea you can send screenshots of client reviews in the lead up to the appointment. You can tell them your story about why you got into massage. You can send a map of where to go and a photo of the front of your business so people know where to go. You can do that on the day before. You can start a conversation with the client at the start during the booking process about their problems and the reasons for wanting to come see you. And so that creates a connection as well, that you're actually interested in the person. It kind of humanizes you rather than what someone would book in at a big chain. They would just be robotic with the booking process. You could send your customers some valuable tips before the session, and you could send a pre-appointment questionnaire so you could kind of get to know the problems beforehand as well. You can also set up a standby list of clients to fill spots if someone doesn't give you that positive confirmation by 24 hours beforehand, so that can fill spots. So those are just a couple strategies. This video went on longer than I expected, but I hope you got a lot of value in that. So just a quick recap. We looked at the reason why people and therapists want to take pre-appointments, which is to stop no-shows. And we looked at why clients no-show. You have to think about the reasons so you can implement strategies to offset those reasons for no-showing, which are typically trust, credibility. They forget, they don't have any connection to the business, etc. And then you need to understand the problems with taking pre-appointments. You could get a lot less bookings. If you're a solo therapist, you can get more bookings if you just implement all those strategies we just covered. But yeah, that's about it. And I hope you got a lot out of this content. If you want to see other videos like this, I've got heaps of videos like this on my channel. I give away so much valuable free content. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, or comment below with any other strategies or your opinion on this, because you might completely disagree with me, and that's okay. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.